Ciao friends, this is Liz from Simple Italian Cooking, and I don't have a recipe today, but I have one of our favorite ingredients, and that is Italian basil. And I'm going to talk about how I grow it year-round inside without soil, and so can you. And it's super, super easy, and I'm so excited to show you this because how many times are you in the wintertime and you're like, oh, I can't wait till summer when I can have the fresh basil, and it's like, guess what? You don't have to wait. You can have it now. So, and I'm living proof of it. So, how do you get started? You don't have to wait till the summer. In fact, for me, I had to do I was doing a photo shoot and I needed fresh basil, so I went to Walmart and got one of those organic basils in a container. And once that started getting really big, what happened was I just simply cut off a branch like this, and you stick it in a glass jar. By the way, sorry, my head's getting cut off here. I can't raise this right now. So, by the way, it's an Agro Bright Fluorescent Grow Light T5, and I use that to grow my herbs, and it works great. You can buy them in smaller ones that are more tabletop, and that will be just fine too. So anyway, all you got to do is just stick it in a jar of water or a glass, whatever you have, and wait until it starts to get little white roots that start growing from the stem. I promise you it will happen. You'll be amazed. You don't need nutrient solution at this point. You just wait until they start getting not super long or anything. You don't need to, but when they grow. What you do at that point, once you have them, and I don't think these do yet, probably after about a week and a half, you'll see them. You're going to put it into what's called a neti pot. Some people just use styrofoam cups with holes on the bottom. That's up to you. I don't like to use styrofoam with my food. But what you're going to do is you're going to put the stem right through one of the holes on the bottom, and you do that. You can put maybe 2 or 3, however many you want to do. And what's going to happen is it will eventually grow and grow and grow. Okay, so you put it in here, and then you put it into a glass jar like I did here with this one. And I wish I could show this better. Here, hang on. Okay, that's better. So anyway, so this is one that I did that. I actually had 2 different stems that I had cut off, put it in here, added nutrient solution, and right now the roots are very big. And I need to actually transplant these into a larger container. Now, some people might just put it straight into a larger container. I didn't. But anyway, so I want to show you. So this is like what I would consider a junior size for a basil, early junior, and it's eventually going to grow into something like this. And here you go. This is what the basil root looks like. And it's really cool. This is a nutrient solution. I use Master Blend along with calcium nitrate and magnesium sulfate. It'll tell you how much to use, and you can figure out the ratios. So you want to keep that clean. I actually have another one here too. And let's see if I can get a good look at that. This one's starting to grow, not as mature as the other one. Actually, it's doing really, really well. Maybe I had a different level of nutrient solution, who knows. But anyway, so how do you get this all to work? Well, I will show you because I'm going to move this one into the grown-up size. And so what I did was I took the lid off of this. This is just a container that we ordered some pretzels, and I kept it, took the lid, cut it out the size so it fits the neti cup like this. Here. You want to make sure you don't cut the size of the outer lip, otherwise it'll fall right through. So when you cut it, just keep that in mind. You want enough so the lip will actually rest on it, and you want it nice and tight. You're going to actually fill it with these clay pebbles. These are, you don't want to use stone from your yard or your driveway or anything like that. These are really, really light. And they do not harm the roots, and they help keep everything in place as it should. So, I'm going to take this out of here, just stick it right in that hole, Now they're really going to be able to swim and breathe and get what they need. So one thing I want to explain, this is the Kratky method that I use, and someone explained it, I read it in a forum, a really great way to determine where in that line you want to have the water, how much water. You want to have enough, first off. Roots need oxygen in order to grow and survive, and so since we're not using an air pump to pump air into the water to get to the roots, we leave some of the roots exposed directly to the air. So what do? So you visualize your root system as a capital A, okay? And where that line in the middle of the capital A, slightly above middle, that is where you want your water to be. So that's a really good way a thing that I use to think about that and to remember that. And so that is how you can grow it all year round. Oh, so what happens when it gets like really big like this and it's like almost touching your light? Do you have to cut it and toss it out? The answer is no, absolutely not. You just simply start over again. You cut it, put it in a glass jar with water, let the roots grow. Once the roots begin to grow, put it into either a large one right away, or you could just do a smaller jar like this with the 3-inch. You want this to be the same because once it's in that neti pot and growing, you can't pull it back out. So it may seem like overkill to use, a big old neti pot for a few little basil stems. It's not, okay, because it's going to grow into something much larger. So anyway, at this point, once you put it in to the larger one, you use it with the nutrient solution. Let that grow. And once it grows to where you feel that, okay, you know what, it needs to really move around, it's getting a little packed in there, it's really sucking up that water, put it into a larger container. And then as that grows, then you're going to want to cut those down and put it, and you're going to end up with so much basil, but you know what, make a bunch of pesto, freeze it, use it, give it away. It's fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this video, found it really informative. I've tried to tell you everything that I know that I use to make this a success and to enjoy fresh basil. In fact, I just enjoyed it in a dinner the other night that I just came down and cut a bunch and used it. So make sure to follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and sign up for my newsletter at simpleitaliancooking.com because I like to email you guys when I come out with new information and recipes and stuff. So, all right, well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Grazie e ciao.